Alex settled comfortably behind his work desk with a laptop and a cup of coffee. There were some tasks he needed to finish. Suddenly, a phone call interrupted him. The number was unknown. "Hello, speaking," Alex answered. "Is this Alex Collins?" "This is the maternity hospital calling about Anna Patterson," said an elderly man, judging by his voice. "No, I don't know any Anna Patterson." "What's this about?" Alex asked, surprised. "Anna passed away yesterday during childbirth. We contacted her mother, and she said you are the baby's father," the man explained, pausing for a response. "What baby? What father? I don't understand," Alex exclaimed, growing nervous. "Anna gave birth to a baby girl yesterday, and you are the father. If you are Alex Collins, you need to come to the maternity hospital tomorrow. We need to discuss something." The man spoke slowly and clearly. "What is there to discuss?" Alex remained puzzled. "Come to the maternity hospital tomorrow. I'll send you the address. Ask for Edward Brown." "That's me. We'll discuss everything then." Alex stood with the phone in his hand, listening to the dial tone. Eventually, he put it aside and tried to comprehend what he had heard. "Anna? Who's Anna?" he murmured, pacing the room. "I have no idea. Let's think differently. How long do women carry a pregnancy?" "Right, 9 months. What was 9 months ago?" "It's May now." "So, it was September. What happened in September?" Alex looked at the coffee cup he still held, wrinkled his nose, and placed it on the table. He needed something stronger, but "In September, I was in Miami." A sudden realization hit him, and a clear picture formed in his mind. 2 weeks. That's it. Anna. Alex vaguely remembered her face now. Blonde, blue-eyed. How many like her had he encountered? Should he remember each one? He was not married by his 40s and had no intention of changing that. Moreover, he never wanted children. Never. He had his established life, and he was not going to change it for someone named Anna. So, she died. A reminder struck him like a hammer on the temple. How could she die? He said aloud, looking at the ceiling as if expecting an answer. How old was she? Maybe 20. He wanted to light a cigarette, but no, he quit. Somewhere deep inside, an unfamiliar feeling unfolded. Whether it was pity, confusion, or regret, he couldn't tell. A child, he said aloud again, as if conversing with an invisible interlocutor. Let Anna's mother take this child. She's the grandmother after all. Besides, who knows, maybe the child isn't mine at all. Alex had already made up his mind. Tomorrow, he would go, meet with the doctor, write a refusal for the child, and that would be it. He would continue living as before. Despite having made the decision, he somehow couldn't fall asleep for a long time. Various thoughts crawled into his mind, and something stirred in his chest, giving him no rest. That cold, lifeless body just couldn't be Anna's. Alex tried to swallow the lump rising in his throat, and couldn't. The lump expanded, sending tendrils into his chest, into his eyes. It filled Alex entirely from head to toe. His eyes stung. He remembered her. Remembered how she laughed. How she ran along the seashore. How she looked at him with loving eyes. The funny girl he had forgotten the moment he returned home. Now she lay on the morgue table. He was looking at her lifeless body. Alex rushed into the corridor, gesturing to the doctor to give him a minute. He asked the first person he met for a cigarette, and greedily took a drag on the hospital porch, tossed it away, and walked briskly to the chief physician's office. "Don't you want to see your daughter?" Edward asked. "No. I want to talk to Anna's mother first." "Where is she?" Alex looked expectantly at the doctor. "She's waiting in the corridor. You just passed her." "I'll see her now." Alex hastily left the office. He spotted the slender woman in a black scarf sitting a bit further down the corridor. In 3 steps, he covered the distance to the woman on the chair. "Hello," Alex struggled to say. Anna's mom lifted her eyes to him, and Alex nearly drowned in the pain that swirled in them. She looked so much like Anna. He suddenly thought, like 2 peas in a pod. "I'm Amanda," she said softly. "I'm Anna's mom." "I'm Alex," he clarified for some reason. "I know. Anna told me about you. Now, she'll never tell me anything again." And Amanda burst into tears. Alex was at a loss. He just stood there next to her and didn't understand what to do. What should he do now? Amanda wiped away her tears and said, "Don't reject your daughter, please. I can't bear the thought of my little girl growing up in an orphanage. Do you understand?" "Why an orphanage? You're the grandmother. They'll give her to you." Alex tried to reassure Amanda. Yet he was thinking, grandmother? She looks my age, it seems. They won't give her to me. I have a condition. A heart defect. You just acknowledge her, and I'll raise her myself. We won't bother you, please. Amanda pleaded, reaching out to him. Alex took her hand and said, "Let's go," and led her into the chief physician's office. Edward put aside his paperwork. "What do you need for paternity acknowledgement?" Alex asked anxiously. "DNA analysis," Edward replied, staring intently at the man. "Have you decided on a name?" "Whom to name?" Alex was lost again. "Your daughter. What will you name her?" The chief physician smiled. "Maya. Don't you want to have a look at the girl?" the doctor asked. Alex sighed, looked at Amanda, and said quietly, "No, I don't want to." Formalities were surprisingly quickly settled. The analysis confirmed it was his child. Alex didn't know what to do now and how to live on. He was not prepared at all for the appearance of a child in his life. But leaving the child with Amanda, just erasing it from his life, was not an option either. Alex still couldn't bring himself to say the word daughter, just a child. "I'll help them as much as I can. I'll send money, buy a stroller, and everything they need," he decided before taking the child home from the hospital. This morning he was particularly nervous. He picked up Amanda to go together to pick up the child. When Alex saw the nurse carrying a bundle and something horribly pink, with lace and ribbons, his mouth went dry. Amanda took the bundle in her hands, pushed back a corner of lace, and asked, "Do you want to see the little one?" Alex didn't have time to answer. The door to the chief physician's office suddenly swung open, and Dr. Edward asked Amanda to come in for a moment. Amanda handed the bundle to Alex and went into the office. Alex was struck dumb. He couldn't speak or even move. The bundle in his hands was warm, and there was a sweet scent. Sweet. Suddenly the bundle rustled, then made a strange sound resembling a kitten's mew, and broke into a tearful cry. Out of fear, Alex looked at the baby and saw his reflection. His daughter was an absolute copy of himself. He looked at the baby and saw himself, feeling the ground slipping from under him. Alex sat on the chair nearby and gently rocked the baby. She fell silent and suddenly looked him straight in the eyes, as if even smiling. The young grandmother came out of the office a minute later. "Let's go. I'll take her." Amanda reached out for her granddaughter. "I'll do it myself." Alex blurted out. She just smiled at me, and broke into the happiest smile ever. "Let's go home, Amanda," he said softly, and added firmly, "We're going home together."